Yep. What's up, Shinto? Chris is here. Sipping this stream. Hmm.
I got her!
Thank you for the sub. What am I doing this early? Galactos, thank you for the sub. I've adjusted my coaching schedule because I have to leave stream on Thursday early. So I wanted to be able to start Thursday stream earlier. And so that's why we're here. Should be generally a little earlier moving forward. Thursday. Closer to resembling Tuesday, Saturday start time. Yeah. Today might be a little earlier than normal, but it won't always be this early. But yeah. I'm gonna like let things cook, and then I'm gonna pull up the director's take and kind of give you guys my thoughts here, and then we can brainstorm some juicy stuff here, because there's obviously a lot to unpack here. Give me just a few minutes. I'm gonna pull up the actual director's take from yesterday. And
I got her!
Concrete, thank you for the sub, dude. I appreciate it. 10 stream streak, nice. What's up, Meggie? Yeah, I'll be playing the quick play hack. That's the plan for today, is to basically talk about it and then mostly just play 1-3-2 as much as we possibly can. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Let me get my React scene pulled up here so we can read through the director's take. I'm not going to be going super thoroughly through the director's take. If you want a thorough read, just read it yourself. I strongly recommend that you do so. This will be mostly looking at the highlights and kind of discussing a little bit more in depth here, in case you guys didn't see. I am checking to see if there's a response from a message that I'm waiting on. Okay. All right. Director's take, future formats. Hey, everybody. This is Aaron Keller. One thing I hope you absorb. We regularly love and play in Overwatch. Future innovation. Hypothesizing. Discussions around format and social media often focus on specific team sizes or past versions of Overwatch. But the question we're asking ourselves as broader is, what if there was another way? In the latter half of Season 3, we're running a few experiments to test exactly that. These quick play hacked events will be in a 6v6 format, and will run for 2 weekends this month. With these tests, we're hoping to find ways of making matches more dynamic in the role queue and remove some of the pain experience to have with current formats, tank experience, You told us that the tank role often plays too big of a factor in determining the outcome of a standard 5v5 match. I believe this is strategically true, statistically true, to a smaller extent than it feels, up until the higher ranks, in which case I'm pretty sure Gavin has told me that it evens out. And the way that they test this is they've done this through role delta, where, let me give you guys an example of how they could test this. There are 4 plat players, sorry, and one Masters player in the lobby for your matchmaking, or one Diamond player. It's a better example. Which of those players do you want to be the Diamond player? And the answer is usually in low to mid ranks by a small margin. It's either DPS or tank. DPS or tank. I actually, what I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure DPS is actually the most impactful role in lower ranks. It's more impactful than even tank, I believe, in terms of and it supports the least impactful up until higher ranks, where it starts to even out a lot more. That makes sense, right? I mean, what do we know about support players, right, guys? That they're evil and stupid, right? That they don't take any space whatsoever until higher ranks, and then all of a sudden they can actually play the game, So, well, obviously, that's not just a statistical thing that we have to be aware of, but also it is something that can be very feeling focused as well. Okay. Tanks can be fairly overpowered in 1v1 situations with other roles, and that can be difficult for us to balance. Yes and no. In my experience, one of the things that I coach... Okay, so here's a great question for you guys. You're a DPS, and your angle is contested by a tank. How do you approach that duel? Just largely. Did anybody know? There's a very, very simple philosophy that is the case for 90% of tank versus DPS duels. How do you take that duel? Yeah. Yes. Slowly. Exactly. Prolong. Yes, exactly. DPS win HP trades the longer the duel goes, usually, especially if there's healing involved. There's a lot of reasons why that's the case. Tanks are a lot more expensive to keep alive in terms of health trades. They have a lot bigger hitboxes. They can be more tempo focused depending on the tank, where they have a very powerful dueling cooldown, and then they lose that and they're incapable of defending themselves. Even Reaper, like a Reaper does not necessarily want to get in a Ramatra's face immediately, necessarily, right? It depends on whether he has shield or not, right? Orisa, certainly, you don't want to get in Orisa's face immediately, but a Reaper can beat an Orisa the longer the duel goes. So one of the big things with tanks is they can feel fairly overpowered in quick 1v1 situations. They're very, very, very difficult to clear quickly. And this is also the case in 6v6, but certainly more so in 5v5. With the potential of 2 active tanks per team, we see an opportunity to test different balance tuning that might soften these rough points. Okay. The reason why I think it's important to clarify that is for both 6v6 and 5v5 balancing, our intent should not be that DPS are able to kill tanks quickly. That would be a bad balancing thing, because the way that tanks are designed is that they're supposed to win and pressure 1v1s quickly. They're supposed to. That's the way that the role, that's the psychology of the role, is to be immediately threatening, demand your attention. That's the tempo and the cycle of what differentiates tank and versus DPS, is they're scary, threatening, they mitigate that threat, and then they have to kind of chill. That's a lot of the reason why how tanks work, largely. Whereas damage dealers provide more consistent threat and can provide more burst to everything. Okay. Several factors experiments could offer more consistency. Experimental modes like Quick Play Hacked and limited time events like Jungle Science Lab give us a fantastic feedback and offer data we sometimes to shape the future of Overwatch. Now, it's been a long time since I've talked about Quick Play Hacked, but when initially was utilized years ago, I want to say 2 years ago maybe, I was very positive. In fact, my first group up podcast ever, some of you guys might remember, a long time ago, Labaggle, thank you for the sub. The first group up podcast I was ever invited to do was with SVB, obviously, IOStux, and Awkward. And we talked all about like the ethics of smurfing, but I'm pretty sure that at some point we started talking about like game design and game health for like the conclusion, I think. And I remember distinctly the one thing that I asked from Overwatch was a more consistent testing, more consistent ability to try and experiment with things and that allowed for them to try different ideas. And to their credit, I don't think I had anything to do with it. I was a no-name. But they did that about 6 months later with Quick Play Hacked. And a lot of those things that they've done with Quick Play Hacked and limited time moves have gone into the main game and they have felt pretty fun or different. And so I'm always happy to see more testing. Example, pickable passives in 2024. Yeah, okay, it shows the path to perks and the communities. Yeah, so pickable passives, if you guys remember. Okay, before we move on to the details, there's a very important caveat here. The result or success of these experiments does not necessarily mean that we're going to be changing the main forward of the game of the game. These findings could inspire us to tweak existing core modes or create new modes. Like with any good experiment, we don't know the results until we complete all steps. Sure. I feel like in 5v5, they should win a 1v1 duel more often than not. If they aren't even threatening enough to properly take space. Well, remember, you need to go think back what I explained it. They should win 1v1 duels quickly, but they don't necessarily, to be a tank, you don't necessarily need to be able to win a 1v1 over an extended period of time. A Winston diving a pocketed Sojourn on a flank should not be expected to kill that pocketed Sojourn, even if that Winston is also pocketed. But you should definitely force the Sojourn out. You understand what I'm saying? That's the nature of a tank. You should force the Sojourn to be incapable of applying threat or force her to back up or give up the space temporarily. That is a window for your team to provide value. That is how tanking works. The difference between tanking in MMOs and tanking in Overwatch is that you're unable to hold aggro on everybody and you're unable to hold aggro permanently. There's cycles of pressure that your teammates have to play to. That's the unlucky part of the team-based first-person shooter. If you don't understand that, you will not be able to understand how tanks are supposed to be designed in this game. Does this apply to ball? Yes. Yes, that absolutely applies to ball. Okay. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Okay. Flex Q. Okay, our first experiment running from July 16th to July 19th is Flex Q. We're testing a hybrid format between Roll Q 222 and Open Q. You will queue into flexible 1-3-2 team format, 1 tank, 3 DPS, 2 supports, where there will be always at least 1 tank, 3 damage. Okay, yeah, 2 supports. Okay. The twist of this quick play hack is that any of the damage dealers, any of the 3, can choose to play any tank hero, but only 1 can do so at a time. So I assume it's just whoever locks it first gets it. GKB, thank you for the sub, dude. I hope you're doing well. If you start as Tracer and realize your team needs more bulk, you can always come back as Zarya for a little more oomph, but your Hanzo can't also swap to Reinhardt. It depends who does it first. I think it's from literally the start of spawn. You can swap back to damage anytime, and another damage dealer can also take over the tank role. So you can go back to damage, and then you can take turns, right? If you can communicate that. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about each of the formats, my quick TLDR questions for each of these formats more in depth later on, but we're going to keep moving. We have find a few things exciting about the Flex Q experiment. This format gets around the queue time issues when using Roll Q for 66. We no longer have to wait on 2 tank players to put a match together. Damage is still the most popular role in the game, and the format acknowledges that. Yeah, we'll talk about this. It provides a slightly more dynamic experience than straight up 2-2-2 would. In other words, as in you can do 1-3-2, you can do 2-2-2. There are certain situations, certain maps where as the map opens up, because tanks are generally more short range space, you could see maps where 1-3-2 might not even be bad, it might even be good. There are 2 valid compositions, team compositions available to each team, and those compositions can dynamically change over the course of the match. Different damage dealers can flex at different times. Ideally, this dynamic flexibility would lead to greater variety of matches, while hopefully still being consistent enough to feel competitive. True? Support is the most played role nowadays. I think support is not too far behind damage. Favorite way to have beans. Baked beans are really good. Lima beans that are just like, how would you make lima beans? How do you make lima beans? Like boil them with butter? Lima beans are really good. It's more consistent than Open Q, which can have matches with 0 tanks, 4 damage dealers, or even 6 damage dealers. Right. A little bit of social pressure definitely prevents that from happening most of the time. Most Open Q matches that I have seen almost never have this in Rivals and both Overwatch as well, but it is an outlier experience that can feel really bad. Actually, the environment of Open Q is a lot better than it used to be too. Because this used to happen, I swear it used to happen more in Overwatch 1 than it does nowadays, like way back in the day. So I don't know if it's just because tanking feels there's more interesting tank heroes than there used to be. No idea. There are a few downsides to this format. The biggest, the most potential is the potential social pressure for damage dealers to play tank. That being also positive, but if the burden is shared among 3 people with more freedom to play, will it feel acceptable? We're hoping to find out. Okay, again, I'll talk more about my thoughts in this format. So the positives, the negatives. The key thing here, so let me just, before I go any deeper here, I want to go ahead and say that I think that both of these ideas are good ideas worth trying. I don't think that there are obvious downsides to both of these choices, but I do think that it's worth highlighting that no matter what you choose, there's always going to be a downside, right? And this is why this needs to be quick play hack. We need to go and try this out and find if those downsides are problematic enough, or if to pay for the upsides, right? The problem that I think a lot of people are saying is that they look at these solutions or these ideas and they immediately shoot them down because, oh, the good format wouldn't have any downsides. And the reality is that no matter what format you have, there's going to be downsides. So it's more about choosing your poison. The reason why that's really, really important to highlight is because anybody can frame their argument exposing 1-3-2 as being a really bad idea, or exposing 5v5 as being a really bad idea, or exposing dynamic Q as being a really bad idea? The answer is that all of them have, they all just have downsides, man. They just do. So it's a question of which ones have harsher downsides. And a lot of that you just can't predict. There's not anybody on earth that's going to be able to predict the exact outcome here. You can have an educated guess. I'll give you my educated guess in a second. But even with somebody like me, who this has been my job for a long time, is analyzing this kind of crap, I'm open to being wrong, and I could be absolutely wrong. And this is why I'm not going to tell you what I think they should do. I don't know. I'm going to try this and see what happens. So, yeah, that's what I've heard about Rivals having a lot more support players. That's what I've heard. Or, sorry, more tank players. More tank players, which that's obviously the case in Rivals because their support design is horrendous. Whereas Rivals tank design is, I mean, slightly more interesting, I would say. But it's also propped up by the fact that tanks have a much more dynamic interaction, whereas supports just are there to prop up the tanks, right? So support gameplay loop is really boring, but that allows tanks to kind of do whatever they want APM-wise. Like, it's like engaging and stuff. Like, you could do a lot of different things. And then supports just kind of are there to literally just heal bot the other person. So it's that's from what I understand about Rivals. I don't know if I'm wrong. But that's generally my complaint from what I've heard in higher rank Rivals. My serious opinion on 6v6 Violor is that I prefer 5v5 as a support player. And as a tank player. But from a visual game health experience, I don't really know what's best for the game. I really don't know. Because for me, it's like, I don't want to, like... my personal preference is not, I don't speak for the majority. I just don't. That's just the reality of the situation. So if people enjoy 6v6, I'm going to play 6v6. I like Overwatch in 6v6. I started coaching Overwatch and playing Overwatch in 6v6. That's it. I like the amount of space that I have in 5v5 because that's my personal preference for playing the game is I like the number of positional choices that I have. But I can understand that there's objectively flaws with the game mode. So... to me, it's not so much about being a fence sitter, more along the lines of like, I know that in this particular instance, personal preference is not objective game design. It just isn't. There are some decisions that I think, opinions that I have about game design that I do think are preferences that I do think are objectively good for the game. For example, I think like my opinions on burst damage, one-dimensional characters. I think there are people that disagree with me. I think those people are wrong. I just think that they're wrong. But when it comes to game format, I just don't think my opinion is anything more than just a personal preference. So that's my thoughts. Dynamic Q. The second test running July 30th to August 2 is a 66, includes elements of the Flex Q format from our first experiment. We're calling this Dynamic Q. Our matchmaker will try to create a blend of Roll Q 2-2-2 matches and Flex Q matches. This one's tricky. Bear with me. It will be aiming for 2-2-2 matches, trying to make as many 2-2 matches as possible. But based on the number of people queued for tank at that given point in time, which is a current bottleneck, it will start matches in a Flex Q format mentioned above. Thinking of the shift into Flex Q as a release valve to 2. So in other words, there's one queue, but 2 game modes. It'll be like, we're going to really try to give you a 2-2-2, but there just isn't enough tank players, man. We don't want you to wait 15 minutes. Let's just throw you into 1-3-2. That's the reality. You're going to only have one queue, but might be a coin toss about which one you're going to get. Now, in theory here, you might get more 2-2-2 matches than you might think, because if you're doing 1-3-2, that's 6 DPS players that will be absorbed, okay, into that queue. Do you understand? So 60% of the DPS queuers are going to get pulled into a 1-3-2 match. So in theory, and also, if you do get absorbed into there as a tank player, you can just queue tank anyway. You can still do 2-2-2. You just have the flex option. You get what I'm saying? So this is an option here. Because it's 1-3-2 is taking 2 extra DPS players than a normal 2-2-2 match. The benefit of this mode is that it should allow a substantial number of matches to be run in what we anticipate will be the most preferred format, 2-2-2, and it'll do this without a major impact on queue times. Additionally, if flex queue matches, so think about it this way, it will be, if it's 50-50, it's 3 tanks, 6 tanks, 10 DPS, 8 supports, 6, 8, 10. Flex queues are a minority. This might take some of the sting away from damage dealers feeling the pressure to play tank. When you think about it, there really isn't a queue like this in Overwatch. Our current flex role mostly puts you in tank due to how queue population is zigged out. But if queuing for this version of flex means you got to play damage 70% of the time, 80% might go into spam, taking a fresh. The biggest downside of this mode is the loss of consistency from match to match because you don't know which one you're going to get, 1-3-2 or 2-2-2. This could reduce the competitive feel of the game. As somebody we want to keep a close eye on. We're excited how you feel more about it. Again, I'll talk about this in a moment. I'll talk about the downsides again and the upsides of this in a moment. Game mode data. One thing as our current data shows is a changing trend of participation when it comes to certain modes. Here's some statistics for daily player count. Players can be counted for every mode they play in a session. All modes aren't listed, so these numbers won't map to a standard 100%. In other words, you could queue up into Overwatch, play a game of quick play a stadium game, play a ranked game, play an arcade game, and that all counts to the percentage here. So think of this less about how appealing is this game mode to play once, not percentage of playtime hours. In other words, I think this is a little bit misleading because when people queue for ranked, they rarely queue for one ranked game or two ranked games, or they probably queue for a few hours. Maybe more so than other modes. Whereas something like an unranked Mystery Heroes 6v6, that's probably a 1 or 2 games just for fun and maybe done. That might be a completely misinterpretation of like what the actual numbers say, but that's my anecdotal experience. So the key thing here is obviously unranked queue, just quick play. A lot of people like quick play. Shocker. Yeah, people like quick play. I play quick play. I have more hours in quick play than I do in Overwatch. Ranked role queue, 5v5, 37%. Unranked open queue, this is quick play 6v6, 19%, which is crazy. That's a huge stat. Ranked open queue, 8%. Again, huge percentage. And remember that the reason why 6v6 is lower towards the end is not just we could blame balancing or it's not the first game mode that you're given when you log in. So it's also a lot of visual, and there's also a little bit of survivorship bias where people that may have enjoyed 6v6 historically might not be playing anymore. So this is and this has gone up to my understanding over time. So whereas obviously this seems like it's on the downtrend. We're not going to talk as much about Stadium, but I will give you my 2 cents. I'm not sure how I feel about Stadiums as a concept, considering it did absorb a lot of resources from Overwatch. I don't really know how I feel about it. Yeah, this is not play hours. This is play count. So it's a percentage of how much is played when you log in once. So it's going to boost game modes that are played basically every time you log in. It doesn't quantify how long you played that game mode. They didn't add half the cool characters to say when to wonder why no one played it. I just don't think that's the case. I would love for them to be more like communicative about Stadium, but I've had conversations with Blizzard over like the last year about Stadium, and I don't even know that new heroes were that good for the Stadium's population. Even now, to my understanding, most of the Stadium population are the people that have been playing the same heroes from release, usually the support heroes. So my quick TLDR in Stadium, and at the risk of annoying the angry minority here, it was a fun idea. They offered to sponsor me to make a Stadium video when it first came out, and I turned them down because I could smell the rat in the water, and the fact that it didn't commit to an identity. It is not a MOBA in the traditional sense. It's just a first-person shooter with like ridiculous perk build-outs. It wasn't really content maxed, although they tried to, and it just wasn't really serious. It was really silly. I think my best opinion on Stadium would be something that SVB, if you guys know SVB, he made a video on his review of coming back to Overwatch and on Stadium, and I really thought his takes on it were really good because SVB is an old MOBA veteran. And if they wanted to make a proper Stadium, they needed to hire people like SVB to consult heavily on like exactly why people play Dota, why do people play Deadlock, why do people play League, the complexity, the strategy, the farming stages. It's just Overwatch with big guns, right? It doesn't mean that necessarily is unredeemable. It doesn't mean that Overwatch has to be like every other MOBA. It just means that there's significantly less interactions that your builds can have because your builds have to interact with the enemy 5 players. Imagine if you took Deadlock, League of Legends, and basically said there is no farming, there's no PvE, there's no lane. It's literally just what does your build do to the enemy, and so that like really heavily limits the amount of strategy that you can have. I'm not a big MOBA guy. I love Deadlock on the surface. I respect it, but I don't know if I could ever get into it because I'm not a big fan of the PvE. But it's not deathmatch, and if it ever was, that game would lose a lot of depth. And I think that's where Stadium struggled. I think even in my brain, I want to say that Stadium was an easy game mode, but I have kind of a hard time like kind of explaining why that is. And I think that's probably the first example of what I would say is where it's like it wasn't just a question of balance where you could get in some really cheesy, easy to execute builds, but it was more along the lines of like those might have been there weren't enough different build variety options with the number of things that you could interact with. You know what I'm saying? So it was both overcooked and undercooked. Overcooked in that it took a lot of resources from other things. I mean, look at the maps they made, man, right? Like those maps were really high effort, high quality. I wish some of them we could reconfigure into Overwatch normal game mode maps because they were sick looking. There's a lot of cool ability ideas. And then undercooked in the fact that a lot of people in chat like talking about like, oh, they needed more hero releases. That's not what the game mode needed, man. That's not what the game mode needed. That game, like it would not have changed anything. That would have just been more. It's like saying Marvel Rivals needs to release more content. It just would not have changed the base problem with that game mode, which is just it's not appealing to competitive players. It's not appealing to anybody that doesn't already enjoy Overwatch and want to try something. You know what I'm saying? It's just it just lacked the competitive depth, surface level, and deep level as a design game mode. You just didn't have this same level of strategical itch because you were limited with what you could express that strategy with. There wasn't enough on the map to do. You know, I mean, you can even dopamine max more in traditional MOBAs because you can interact with bots and minions. You know, there's things that you can do that even from a more casual standpoint is kind of like more brain rot dopamine, you know? So it wasn't, and it was also right. It was also very, very, very overwhelming information wise too. So it had a pretty high skill floor too. So Stadium just didn't really find its groove, its niche, and it's very easy for us, like with the power of hindsight, to go back and criticize it. I'm frustrated that it took so many resources. But I think it would be crass of me, if you want me to use the term, to say that it was a bad idea. When my entire point is that I appreciate that they were willing to experiment and try things. It wasn't my cup of tea, but I know a lot of people did enjoy it, and I'm glad, and I hope that they keep it around because there are, I'm sure, a small percentage of people that do enjoy it. And sure, I mean, 3% is 3%, right? But that's still probably one of the more popular arcade modes, period. So I hope it stays. But I'm not going to really get into the details of what went wrong with Stadium because I just don't feel like I'm really qualified to know every single nuance. I'm talking more of a large term scale from what I saw from an outsider perspective and for why I personally just did not stay with the game mode. I just was like, no. And you could tell pretty quickly on like exactly what, not the intent, but like where it was going to be down the road, like from almost day one, because a lot of people were like really not critical, but were like really irritated that I didn't do more Stadium content like the first couple of weeks it came out. Like, bro, like this is amazing, this is super strategical depth. I'm like, I'm telling you, it's you're gonna run into a wall like a few months down the road, you know. So I feel for the people that like Stadium. Because there's definitely, I'm sure, a lot of very unique and interesting experiences. I still remember the first time I found out about the Soldier 76 heal station build and just giggled myself to death for like 3 games in a row. It was a blast. It was a total blast. And so obviously, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to be frustrated with this, but I think like you have to understand that like people's jobs are on the line, and if something is just a lot of resources are going to something that's niche, those people are going to lose their jobs if they continue to put a lot of resources into Stadium. So there's a lot of nuance to that argument, and yeah. So overall, 5v5 has maintained its majority, 66. Stadium wants to set on dedicated small audience, seasonal balance updates. We're not planning on expanding Stadium with new heroes and maps. Instead, we're taking what lessons we've gleaned from building it and applying those lessons and those talented devs to our future plans. So I would love for them to talk a little bit more about like what they learned from Stadium, but obviously that might be a lot. So maybe someday someday we will know. Okay. The most important for our upcoming experience is you. The enjoyment you and folks can get in queue with you queue with get out of quick play hack modes. Play experimental modes. No single weekend of quick play haps can give team's clarity. Okay. All right. That is all. All right. I didn't wear this tank top yesterday. Frick off. No, I didn't. I don't think so. I don't have that many tank tops. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't even streaming yesterday. That's right. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about 132. 132. Good news about 132. Queue times. Dynamic flexibility. I mean, the things that we talked about there. Let's talk about the bad things. Let's talk about the bad things. The bad things. There's a lot of little bad things. And remember what I said. Just because I have bad things to say does not mean that this is not a good experiment, and does not mean that this would be a good thing for the game to do. These are things that we just have to be sensitive about, okay? First one. For 132 compositions, on a lot of maps, running a lot of poke heroes is going to be very bad. Very, very, very bad. One of the things in 5v5 and 6v6 222 right now is that double hit scan sucks on a lot of maps, even in low ranks. Running 2 poke heroes on the same lane, on the same angle, with 2 poke supports on the same lane, on the same angle, means that all the side space on the map is not contested. Now, we've talked about this in depth before. We won't go into the detail now. But TLDR is by inserting another DPS slot, you're opening yourself up to a massive amount of variability of who's picking Venture, Reaper, Junkrat, Genji, Tracer, heck, Xion, Torbjorn. Those things are going to be a lot more important if you're going to run 132 and you're playing Ryan and you've got Widow, Hanzo, Ashe on a Juno and they're sitting in the back. You are fricked, my friend. You are fricked. It is over. The ability for DPS to control side space, small rooms, verticality is going to be absolutely very important, more so than it's ever been before. Very important. You see this in Rivals, I think, to a lesser extent with teams that are running like solo tank, but they have like a Spider-Man or a Black Panther and how those characters can kind of help the tank a lot. Same thing here. Same thing here. Other thing. Elephant in the room. Pig in the room. Piggy in the room.
Call him a pig? I mean, elephant?
That's right. Roadhog. Roadhog. Roadhog is going to be a huge problem. The DPS that gets tilted, wants to play his own game, is going to swap Roadhog. Now, the good news is that that might still be an upgrade over running a third poke DPS. In terms of like the ability to like contest space and apply pressure and small off angles. Even if assuming they don't play perfectly, it might still be good. Like it's for win percentages, okay? Like you would rather have a DPS on Roadhog than not on a tank, right? Problem is that even though that might help your chances of winning, Roadhog is, I would argue, probably the most miserable hero to play versus and with in the entire game, barring none. Even more than Mercy, even more than Widowmaker. Certainly globally. And when you have the direct pipeline from DPS to tank, this is what you're going to get. We know this already because we also know that back when there was the closest thing to Flex Q, aka Priority Pass, back in Overwatch 1, Roadhog was abused constantly, endlessly, by DPS players that wanted shorter queue times, and so they'd get a Priority Pass, which would reward them with a shorter queue time by playing a tank game in between. You see something like this with Dead by Daylight as well, right? You can play as like a survivor for while you're in queue for your killer, right? The problem is that every DPS player would pick Roadhog. Obviously, being a little bit exaggerating, but dramatically higher pick rates. And this meant that, yes, you would have more tank players in the queue, but more often than not, you would end up with a DPS player that would just open picking Roadhog. And Roadhog is a very miserable tank to play versus and with. It's not just about against, but also with. So you're going to have more tanks in the queue, technically, but there is a high risk that guy's just going to pick Roadhog, and your situation is only going to slightly improve. Oh, and by the way, again, playing versus this character is miserable. Just miserable. Okay. Hero problem in a six. So yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Other thing here. This one is not really a major problem because 5v5 has the exact same problem. So just kind of bear with me here. But there is going to be some design headspace with the variety of tanks that you're picking. Not having an initiator tank on some situations versus a team that does have an initiator tank might suck. Initiator tank being essentially tanks that have the aggression and mitigation to go in quickly. Ball, Winston, Ryan, Orisa, and so on. Ram. So if you have double off tank, we're not going to even try and define that, just basically tanks that can't take space aggressively without taking a lot of damage, you might have more of a problem. Whereas in Overwatch 2.2.2, it's much better to have double initiator than it is to have double DPS poke tank. Okay, so just a problem. 5v5 does have this problem to an extent as well. In other words, if I'm playing Watchpoint Gibraltar and my only tank is Zarya, then I'm fricked. I still can move around and control space on my own, sure, but it's still a massive percentage of your team's composition that's just garbage. That's just garbage. So not really something that's unique to this game mode, just something that we have to be aware of. Okay. Here's some of the more big problems. So we've only gone over some of the more surface level problems. Let's get really down to the brass tacks here, okay? 132 is going to be exploited by people queuing DPS and insta-locking tank. It's going to happen. Now, on paper, the queue time is going to be a little shorter to just queue tank. On paper. But with now, again, as we said, 2 more DPS slots in every single match, you're going to have a lot of smart tank players queuing DPS, insta-locking tank. The reason why that's dangerous is because match volatility is going to be off the charts. Now, I can already hear the arguments. Oh, but in 5v5, you pick the wrong tank, the wrong map. That's guys, he has a lot of impact and effect. We've talked about that. Yes, sure. But you're going to have a lot of situations where if you have the 3 bozos, Curly, Harry, and Sneezy, the whatever, and picking, again, we talked about the triple poke DPS, and you don't have the guy going Zarya, you don't have the guy going, Sneezy answer, Ryan, Winston, Malga, Doomfist, you're fricked. Here's the other question here. When you queue DPS and pick tank, your rank is going to be on DPS. Now, obviously, it doesn't matter for quick play hack. It's just MMR. We don't see it. But if this does make it to a ranked mode, then you are going to be ranked on your DPS rank, not your tank rank, even though you played tank in every single match. So, what happens when somebody steals tank from you? You're going to have a massive match volatility on whether you're going to be able to play the hero that you're going to or not. Because you're going to have a massive discrepancy in your ability to play DPS and play tank. Now, again, this is not unsolvable. In theory, that's going to happen every few matches. So maybe you're forced to learn a damage damage dealer, or it drops you down consistently so you don't get too boosted. But it is going to introduce more match volatility. It's going to be more match volatility. It's just how it's going to be, objectively. Okay? In addition to that, to my knowledge, this will be balanced around 2-2-2 in terms of the health pools of tanks. Tank health pools are going to be lower. It's going to be what OpenQ is right now. Now, I have given them feedback again and again, and fingers crossed, tank cooldowns should be lower than they are in OpenQ 6v6. In the future. I think tank cooldowns are absurdly long in 6v6 and are ridiculous. But if you end up as the solo tank in a 1-3-2 format, in a 6v6 nerfed health pool, and maybe still with longer cooldowns, you're going to have a more miserable experience than you do in 5v5 solo tanking. It will be a worse tank experience than playing 5v5. So those are really the big things you have to consider. I'm sure there's some other things to keep in mind. You know, obviously the discrepancy of the ranks are the big one. Obviously, I still think that there's some maps that aren't designed with 6v6 in mind that I trust the team to do a better job with, and it will be better than it was in Overwatch 1. I think map design is objectively like much better than it ever was in the old days. But we have to be sensitive to these issues and see how things go. Now, again, this is not conjecture. These are objective problems. But this, again, I just have to say it again. This does not mean that this is a bad idea or that this won't work. These are just things that we have to be sensitive to, and hopefully the testing gives us more information about whether this is going to work. Okay? Keep that in mind. And a lot of these maybe could be adjusted, tweaked, or reduced in terms of power. Okay? Dynamic queue. Problems with dynamic queue. Problems with dynamic queue are real simple. Do we have separate MMR ranking systems for both the straight 2-2-2 and the flex queue 1-3-2 matches? Obviously, with the quick play hack, that's not going to matter because it's quick play. But in terms of rank, I'm not too sure. We don't know. But there needs to be. And if there needs to be, then you're going to have the exact same ranking issues where you will queue 2-2-2 and then get thrown into a DPS slot where you're unable to pick tank fast enough, and then you're thrown onto, I guess, Torb or something that you can't throw on, and then you're fricked. So we'll see. We'll see. It's more about the split rank and how that's going to impact matchmaking. From ignoring the split matchmaker, I think dynamic queue and flex queue is... Dynamic queue is on paper the better solution balance-wise, not design-wise, but balance-wise, because in theory, it dramatically increases the number of 2-2-2 matches, because it dramatically reduces the amount of 1-3-2 matches. And even the 1-3-2 matches can still 2-2-2. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, just objectively, that's the case. Objectively. The question is whether that's going to be too much clunk for that. Is it going to be awkward to have, how many 2-2 matches are we going to get? How many 1-3-2 matches? It's going to be confusing about which rank is which. I don't know. Like they said, the biggest downside is the lack of consistency from match to match. So we'll see. But I think if you're worried about balance and volatility of how matches can feel, I actually think Dynamic Queue has more consistency of outcome. Whereas this one feels a lot more fluid. It's just a one solution. That's it. We don't have to have like two different things that we're juggling. I mean, can you imagine poor Gavin Winter out there like trying to sweating bullets trying to figure all this out, right? So I am of the opinion that this may be a more balanced solution, but it might be too clunky. It might add too many variables. What's up, Gavin? So we will see. Whereas this one's a lot more straightforward, but it's straightforward in the fact that it's simple, but it might be an absolute nightmare in terms of balancing and match quality because of what those three people are going to do. Are they going to pick poke? Are they going to pick tank? Are they going to pick venture? Right? Are you going to have to solo tank versus the team that does? Right? We don't know. Thoughts? That's most of my my criticisms. Again, not of the testing. I have no criticisms of the testing. Good work. I'm gonna play it right now. I'm looking forward to it. But that's most of my things that I'm looking out for, and I hope don't become a problem. Regardless of outcome, it's very nice to see the team willing to experiment with stuff like this. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Any things that maybe I missed, guys? If you have any alternative suggestions that are long, put them in content suggestions on my Discord because they're gonna get buried. What if in the games where there's one tank that get 5 sets said too much? You would require a pre-queue decision for that to happen, Captain Redstorm, because the whole point of flex queue is that people can flip and flop. And imagine playing Reinhardt and all of a sudden I just lose 200 HP because my guy in spawn swapped Roadhog. But that might be, I mean, it's a solution if you had to do it pre-fight. But the question would be then, would that be would that be broken? Because would you not just, there might be a lot of situations where picking a solo tank with triple DPS would be better. It really would, right? A lot of maps that are more open, you would rather have a Giga 5v5 tank and 3 DPS, I think. Again, if you have, I'm looking for brief questions here. If you have a statement of what you think it should be doing, put it in content suggestions in my Discord, because I would like to see it. The tanks are nerfed. Don't you think a lot of the new tanks are more palatable to DPS players? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think that's one of the good things that's got going for it, and I hope that this new tank that whenever they release is fun too, because I mean, content does help a little here. It definitely helps. What about the social pressure to switch to DPS if either were? Yeah, there's the social pressure is a double-edged sword. I think that's pretty clear. Do you think Force 222 open queue is better than this? I don't know. I'm spoiled with role queue, guys, to where like I do like having separate role ranks. That's my personal opinion, but I haven't thought about it enough. Second highest win rate, and is usually played with 3 hit scan like heroes and long range. 100% Didact. 100%. I think on maps like Havana or Junkertown, it has to be best to run like solo Sigma with double poke or triple poke even. Or even double poke with like a Genji on Havana has to be better, because it's too much open space, right? Like the tanks are generally better in more compressed spaces, especially if they don't have shields. I also stand roll rings. I imagine, Gavin, that's due to the incredible match volatility of the open queue systems. Because imagine matchmaking is just a lot more bad in non-roll queue. Gavin says, yeah. Feedback we've gotten, it's not so really fun to play, but it's even more miserable to play against, especially in Diva's ban. Yeah, I do think 132 is going to be, to say it's underrated feels sloppy. I don't know, like maybe underrated by the casual community or the 66 truthers. You know, I think there's a lot of maps that, like, especially if you're running a flanker, it's gonna be better to run 132. Can you swap 2 DPS to support? No, support's locked. 222 or 2 support. Sorry. Freya's gone from never pick to auto banned again. I mean, what do you want me to say, guys? You know, like, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm actually kind of curious. We should look at the Freya ban rates really fast here. This is why, like, even though there was, like, quality of life buffs for Freya, which I think were pretty reasonable, I mean, I don't know. Their ban rate looks pretty small to me. Is this or does this not count mid-season? Does mid-season reset ban stuff, Gavin? She's climbing up. She's 10% ban rate in GM champ. So I don't know. I don't remember if the but yeah, buffing damage with Freya always feels bad, even when it's, I think, quality of life for stuff. No, I'm saying, like, does it fully reset, Gavin, or does it hold old numbers? You see what I'm saying? Because we saw this with Xion, where Xion got hammered nerf-wise. No, that's okay, again. Got nerfed-wise, but her win rate kind of slowly went down, even though she got hammered, because she was still coasting off of her win rate of the previous few weeks. I swear it was reset at one point with mid-season, but maybe I'm misremembering. I might be misremembering. But, yeah. I think the recovery change to her gun was pretty good. I definitely hate a little bit too much on Freya. I get it, but I look at Freya as being like Freya and Sojourn for being like the poster child of like the design philosophy, I think, for Blizzard, where I've disagreed, and so I could be pretty hostile to Freya because of it. I actually like Freya, but conceptually, but yeah, and I know not everybody agrees. Now I'm gonna solo queue Redstorm. I thought about playing with a stack, but I think it would be better experience for me to play with streamer mode on and just play in solo queue. Quick 1, 3, 2 testing for fun, and just to see how it feels. And I'm gonna queue. I think I'm gonna queue tank and damage. I mean, the state. What an incredibly unique concept. Let me update stream title real fast. Yeah. It's been a long time since I've done any 66 testing. The original. Testing 6v6 1. Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna use the, and then we'll get started. Be right back. 1 sec. Yes, I washed my hands. I did. Frick off, Erwin. No, gross, Dubby. I'm not licking my fingers, bro. I know this community too well. I know what would happen. Look. There's moisture on them. Ah.
Select a map.
Yeah, Gavin, thank you for being here, mate. But obviously, if you gotta roll, you gotta roll, you know.
Welcome to Atlas.
Yeah. Why is my latency so high? Honestly, let's give it a shot, man. Instantly locks tank. Makes sense. Let's try it.
We will crush them.
Private.
We're in for a smooth ride, right? Right?
Pre-mission checklist complete.
I don't mind Doomfist, man. Doomfist is a very consistent tank in terms of maps. He's inconsistent matchup-wise, but you can play around him.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sorry if I'm chewing your ear. I don't play a lot of Zarya in 66, so I'm gonna have to remember about the bubble thing. Yo, gosh, sorry guys. Frick. It's gonna be messy. You're gonna have to give me a couple of fights. Noob down, yeah.
My armaments are ready.
Too far. I'm fricked. I'm not gonna get out. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of matchups that feel weird.
Век живи, век учись. Absorbing fire.
My ultimate is hard.
I don't think we can touch. We might be able to, but I think we can. Ah. Kinda need to play slow here in terms of their spacing. No!
Wonderful.
Nice. I feel like I'm doing air this game.
Огонь по готовности.
Reckoning.
Okay. Super ugly mechanically, but it's like we're making some okay bubble decisions, and where we're holding is decent. Frick. What was that? Ah! No. I'm losing space. Gotta fight back. Ah. Okay, off angle here. Ah, frick. My bad, I messed up the timing. we got the bubble off.
Overtime.
Okay.
Give them hell.
Enemies attacking the objective.
Probably top, I think. Easiest rotation for me. Less open. Or just a build charge. Don't think he has primal. Oh, my bad. Frick. That was bad grab, man. Frick, I got pooped. My bad. Yeah, he needs to die there. Solo grab there is fine, but I have to kill him, otherwise we don't get it. Bummer.
Let's shove it
My bad.
in their face. Lost.
I'm actually gonna pretty W key a little bit here. Ah. Oh, my bad. I was just not reacting. The chaos is getting to me, chat. I'm having a hard time tracking what's going on.
And the reload.
They're on the point. Maybe we should stop them.
Oh dear.
Do something.
Frick.
My ultimate is almost ready.
I don't know why I'm shooting bubble there. It's like literally nobody even using the bubble. It's similar to 5v5, but it's like you because the bubble is a pretty significant change where you're like you want to keep LOS on somebody, but you don't necessarily chase that somebody with your person, you know? You just kind of hold the angle passively.
Огонь по готовности.
Oh, he broke it. Right. We should still win this. Winston should die. Maybe. That was a lot of ults. I missed. They broke the boat. Yeah, we should still win.
Particle cannon online.
Big performance. I thank you.
Okay, it's the same one.
Legend.
Zola, thanks.
Meet at the next objective.
Let's attack the objective.
I'm gonna meet them halfway and then be ready to fight on this transition. Just in case.
Let's attack the objective.
Make sure nobody's lagging behind, but not lagging behind myself. Oh. Nope, no, 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 no. Nice. I'm dead. Frick. Take care, Gavin. Thank you for being here, mate.
What's the plan? What's the plan?
Yeah, I mean, look, we were down 2. They blew a couple ults. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Our problem is that we weren't cohesive with the rotation, so they flooded point. My Doomfist fed. Break bubble. That's their tempo. Boy. Oh, that's bad bubble. He's fine. There's nobody back there. Okay, don't let him die. We'll get point. Ignore some of the mechanics. Oh, you're a little bit of lag. Wow, a lot of lag. A lot of lag. Okay, I think we're back. Okay, we're fine. He's gonna have primal. Gotta back off. Gotta back up. Gotta back up. Oh my gosh, the freaking Ashe is nailing me, man. My bad. I didn't even know she was there. Just 2-tapped me or 3-tapped me. Frick.
A fox is not taken twice in the same
8 PM overload, you know? That sucks. That was so unearned, too. Freaking died with bubble. Yeah. It's alright. I'm trolling with my positioning. I desperately need help. Bless you. Oh gosh, that was sus.
Огонь по готовности.
Come on, man. Hit your shots.
Turn me on the objective.
Oh, that was rough mechanically. Ah. That was fun. That was fun. It was enjoyable because I had another tank. It was. It was enjoyable because I had another tank. Yeah. Dude, yeah. Any thoughts so far? I mean, not really. It was fine. It didn't feel like worse. You just kind of adjust to the new norm, you know, the thing that you used to, where you just explode as tank. But it's also kind of fun because it's like I got something else to think about utility wise rather than just bubbling myself. I had a good time. Informational overload, Andrus. I don't play Zarya at all. Oh yeah. Oh, hold on.
Vote for your man.
Alright, I'm on DPS flex. Let's see what happens. I'm not gonna pick tank, and I'm gonna see what happens.
At Antarctic Peninsula.
We'll see what happens. Huh. Okay, I mean, it's really early, who knows, but I wanted to see if that would happen. I'm gonna try to avoid picking tank at all in this mode, at least for a while. For DPS anyway.
Someone needs to fill this saddle.
In times of conflict, one must seek balance.
Anyone cold? I have just the thing.
How's game audio? Is it okay?
5, 4, 3, 2.
I don't imagine people going tank will be a problem at all in the quick play hack.
The objective.
I'd be surprised if it was. I think if anything, it'll be more along the lines of people fighting for that tank slot.
Objective is under attack.
I can still hear you, so the game isn't loud enough? Alright. We have a lever on support. Alright.
This would cut the pain.
Too close, go left side? Nah.
That's all you got?
He might die. No, he got Mega, I think. My Winston jumped off the map. And the Cassidy doesn't die.
Come on, Cole. Try a little harder.
Enemy over here.
I've got you in my sights.
Oop. I forget my angle is going to be stuffed a lot more often in this game mode. Quicker. Hearing one tank isn't good enough. Well, they are running one tank, so there's more to worry about there. So you just gotta be more patient.
They got us outnumbered.
But they are running a solo tank worth highlighting here. And it's working just fine. Right now, anyway.
All patched up.
Wish we wouldn't be pushing right now. I really wish we weren't pushing right now.
Not bad.
It's time.
More of a noise maker. Yeah. My other tank is really struggling.
Draw.
Score 0-1.
Not that it matters to me, but try not to hurt yourselves out there.
I could be
Wallet?
sitting in Lagos right now. And where am I instead?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Round 2. Capture the objective.
I don't have to force that angle versus him because I do more damage at this range as long as I don't get flanked by him.
The objective is now active.
gonna greed this. No! Oh no! Chat! No, I suck at this game. Holy mackerel. Don't say it. Don't say it. Okay, I'm washed. I know. I know. Don't say it. Look, the angle still worked, alright? Alright, look. Okay, we're really pushing here.
Time to fold them yet. Just what the doctor ordered.
Tear that down! Hell Scalpad!
They still haven't seen my ace.
One of our enemies is being revived.
Ah.
It's time. I'm really feeling the heat. Jackpot.
Nice.
Round
They're out of
2.
commission.
1.
Good work.
Complete.
Fortified.
Score 1-1.
Let's get this mission started.
Look, all I can tell you is I'll be in the right spot. I haven't played Overwatch in a long time, alright, man? I haven't played since the GM challenge.
5, 4,
Holy crap.
2, 1. Round 3.
I got Silver Bullet. I think I go right side here.
Hello. Over there.
Rick, I'm just gonna go die. No, this guy's gonna kill me. It's freaking soldier. I'm running. I'm committing. Come on, guys.
I'll be taking the objective. That's your sunset.
Please, something we can do something with this. Oh gosh, I misheard.
Enemy over here.
Like, please tell me we could do something with that. Dude, we suck! We're so bad! That was how? I get 1 kill. And that was literally like 15 seconds or longer for like 3 people. Holy trash can. What are we doing, man? That was awful. This guy's dead. Oh, guys. Just a tickle. Enemy cast has ult? I mean, because the enemy cast is getting pocket, and I'm solo flanking. Of course. The guy's just sitting there and shooting tanks. Alright.
Check. Affirmative. Taking a point. Over there.
Just watching your back.
That felt way too greedy, but I was like, I don't know, man. How are we losing this? Frick. Awkward angle. Soldier wins there. Unless I headshot. I can still win. Maybe win this. See? We're still okay. I never should have doubted. We got the space. We're still fine. Yeah, the best part about that is he's trying to ego me with my mechanics, and then he eats 2 shots and he panics. And then dies. Fricker. Thinks he's funny. Yeah, I love that. Go ahead, ego, I dare you. What are we doing?
Enemy over here.
Nano boost administered.
I've got you in my sights.
Fricker. Yeah, you like that? Oh, frick. Oh. Shoot, man. If I'm better mechanically, I could literally kill 4 with my Winston. My bad.
Over there.
Lucky shot.
We need to go now. My Winston's gonna explode.
Helden sterben nicht.
You got OT, I guess. Massive? Frick, 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 frick. I did not. I was too slow. I did not want to be on point. Ryan can die. Ryan can actually die. Ryan can die. Ryan can die. Ryan can die. Ryan can die. Ryan cannot die. I suck. Frick. My bad. That was a good game. GG's. Nah, I just trolled. Alright.
Play.
$66 is definitely more, feels more, I mean, it's more chaotic, it just is. Just rice. Just rice. Nothing crazy. I'm done though, so I'm done chewing in your ear, sorry. In fact, I'm gonna get my pills. Give me 1 second. While I'm remembering.
Traveling to Eichenwald.
Any more coffee? Just a little bit more, maybe. Cap. Donka. What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to see? Good gameplay.
I'm always on my worst behavior.
Widow? Vendetta? Man, I haven't played Vendetta in a long time, bro.
I am the ally.
Like, I mean, I haven't played Vendetta in a long time because I don't even play her.
Enough standing around. Hello.
Is there yet? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frick. I don't want to be there.
Defend objective A.
Nope.
Che assaggino la mia vendetta.
Why wasn't that not lunging me?
Chase them from the point.
Pipe down.
I see them.
Objective
Moira by your
lost.
side.
Stop the payload.
Must keep our enemies before the progress or their goals.
Impenetrable.
Ah! Oops. My bad.
This will cut the pace.
Now they own their life. They have the payload. Stop them. Die, colpitemi.
No, what the frick?
Impenetrable. That's more like it. Arriva la punizione!
No. Frick.
I will have their head.
Got you in my sights.
No, I chunked. Probably projected edge. I don't know. Both could be good here. All right, let's see how long we can hold here. 7-minute hold,
Will be
right?
Are you satisfied? They're missing the payload.
No, I did. I swear I didn't click it. I swear I didn't click that. I swear that input was buffered. I literally, like, the input was buffered, bro. No. Come on, man. I should have left quicker. Booty! Frick, man.
My ultimate will soon be ready.
Frick. Worth. Telling you, all we need to do is trade and not troll. Trade and don't troll. Especially me. Because we have such a massive map control advantage.
Your end is within my reach. I will have their head.
Oh, I thought she was gonna go back.
Fatevi sotto!
Tanking, by the way. Oh no. Dude, I literally I just tanked there, you know what I'm saying? Oh! Nope, I'm going. That's a freaking motorcycle. I should have angled there instead. 5-minute hold, 2 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen.
My ultimate is ready. Arriva la punizione! Disgraceful.
Oh my gosh. Frick, I almost got out. All we need to do is get one trade, and then we're fine.
I'll drag them to ruin.
And we got it. Too slow. Need to get out there. I was losing that HP trade. We got our trade though. We get another trade, and so we just hold again. Doomfist is so freaking OP in this situation. Ram is actually really good.
Gain more experience.
7-minute hold, ladies and gentlemen. This is the problem with 6v6 with maps, or the problem with map design. Your choice. Yeah. Not that it's not. It's not an It doesn't mean that the game mode's bad. Of course, it's just it is. They're really gonna have to look at map design, like on all maps, because this is. I mean, that's a 7-minute hold, and we weren't even playing optimal heroes. So it's tough. Why exactly is it so much worse than 66? Because defender's advantage is multiplied by the number of advantages that you have. Think about it this way. If it was a 1v1 game, would Eichenwald defender's advantage matter as much? What about a 2v2? What about a 3v3? What about a 4v4? What about a 5v5? What about a 6v6? What about a 7v5? What about a 10v10? You get what I'm saying? Not saying it's, of course, doesn't happen in 5v5. It's just it's legitimately one of the disadvantages of running the game mode. To be fair, the large part of the blame goes to the map. But if this does become maps design is a major point of concern. Major point of concern.
Welcome to Oasis.
Has to be done. I'm not playing tank. What should we play? We'll try Torb. Why not? Something stupid. I really hope nobody goes tank because that would be great.
In hand, brain in gear.
Malga Hog. Okay.
Prove it.
Are health pools decrease here for tanks? Yeah.
Cage fight still
W comp? Yeah, that's right. I wish our Xian was like Widow or something. Junkrat, you know?
4, 3, 2,
Oh, your latency is exploding. Okay, we're back. Stop it. All right, I got my 2. Maybe just go to the same lane, to be honest. Frick. Okay, no more Hanzo, so I can grab this. No, my bad. I was sloppy. I'm just trying AoE slop perks here. We could still win this, actually. Just in case. I didn't mean press.
No, my fire.
4, 3, 2, 1. You see the chaining there? Just
Let the kitsune guide you.
okay. Oh, poo, I didn't hear him. I'm stupid. He really broke my turret. I didn't even hear him. Horb is insane in 6v6 maps with the compositions like this. I literally think he's actually just really good. You do so much damage to front lines, and you have so many tools to deal with just raw spam trades, and your ult gains more value as well. Ah, more AoE slot. You guys didn't see that. Oh no, lag, 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 lag! Ah! This is just disgusting. I'm not hitting a single shot. Doesn't even matter. Oh, 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 oh. Holy mackerel, dude. I'm missing like every single shot. I have 9,000 damage! 9,000 damage!
Best round. Overloading. Complete. Score 1.
I haven't hit a shot! Dude, honestly, the perk selection's actually paying off in this situation. I'm not gonna lie. I just have endless overload and I'm building ult almost every single
If
fight.
we do this right, they won't even know what happened.
Holy mackerel.
Who should I kill first?
The minor perk is I get overload when I'm ulting. So I'm overloading, ulting, overloading. It's not even that great of a perk, but in this situation it's like perfect for it. Because I'm building ult so fast, and overload is actually insanely useful versus this composition, more so than even normal, because I just have more spam damage. I should have timed my overload there, so I could have supercharged my... You're kidding me. Winner. A little bit of noise here. Run.
Pick on someone your own size.
I'm gonna do it. We were down 3, so unfortunately it does not work. Team is 5v6, which is kind of a bummer. Okay, straight line Andy over here. I don't want to peek that mega.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Well, I don't know what else we do there. But this is what it's like retaking N66 with a Roadhog as a tank. Booty.
Score 1-1.
But the good news is Defender's Advantage is less strong in this one, so we can cook more. Especially improving tracking. Practice it. Slow it down. Slow it down. Focus on the target's movement. Slow it down. How are you liking it so far? I'm having fun. I'm having fun.
3, 2, 1.
Don't need a flank here if I've got a good angle. Throw it as deep as I can so it doesn't get free-fighted. Oh, it's too deep. Frick, it's too deep. And I got poked out. Need to be more patient there. Or maybe I should have swung point side. I feel like that side always sucks. Jeez. Holy mackerel. I think we have to flank now because there's no angle it's gonna work there. Holy booty. No, we don't fall back and regroup. We're even. Can I make this jump, chat? Crap. Bro, we cannot retake space, man. Ugh. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it just... not get hooked there. I was playing for the overload.
Let the kitsune guide you.
I don't think I can touch. Yeah. GG's. That, for me personally, is where I find the most frustration with 66, where it's like, probably not playing the optimal tanks, or my tank line is struggling in the trades. And it's just like, it just, you have to do the silliest things to find the angles you want. You know? I mean, look at that. I don't know. It's not that it's like, oh, I played perfectly by any means, of course. Like, I literally missed a million shots. But it feels like stylistically, strategically, you're left wondering, it's like, I don't know. It doesn't feel as, like, straightforward for me. Oh, we get to open our loot boxes, though.
Traveling to New Queen Street.
What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to see? Widow? I'm gonna do freaking Widow. Yeah.
I aim to devastate.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
Sombra, frick.
Targeting hostile.
Suppress this target.
Enemy over here. Enemy here. Over there. Here is sword.
Moving to the barricade.
I don't know why I replaced that.
Nano boost discharge.
Stop that robot from killing.
Frick. Why is she translocated in? She's gonna die for that. She had me dead. I guess she didn't know the HBO was at.
It's getting interesting.
There, an enemy.
Ah, crap. My bad.
The
Oh
enemy
no,
is
I'm
moving the
skipping.
barricade.
Back you found my present. No one can hide from my sight.
What am I doing with my Venomine? No! 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 Frick.
Enemy forward spawn room
Oop.
activated.
It's
Back in action.
Enemy in sight.
Over there.
Oh gosh.
Merci. No one can hide from my sight.
Enemy engaged.
Ma toile vous encercle.
No.
Targeting hostile.
Scorch the sky!
Poop, who's damage boosted? Crap.
Cette fois, je ne rigole pas.
Yeah.
No, come on! Oh, I hate that ability, man.
We need
Right.
to rescue the robot.
Bad. We were down too many for me to be pushed up that much.
Soit.
Enemy forward swarming.
It's hand.
We got him where we want him.
Helden sterben nicht.
Nanobot administered by will.
Unfortunate for you.
Robot tower.
Fire! Enemy over here.
Oh my gosh, the lag.
Eyes on a target.
Enemy forward swarming.
No one can hide from my sight.
Let's fight to take the robot back.
Scorch the sky!
Targeting hostile. Over there. Enemy in sight. Keep an eye out. Test subject. Someone is hiding. Eyes on a target. I see a hostile. Enemy located. Enemy here. I'm really fired up. That's the attack. Targeting hostile.
No, I'm trolling.
Je suis valeureux. Thank you.
Forward spawn active.
Much better.
No.
Apagando las luces.
Stations of progress.
Shoot. I have to hurry that up. I'm too close and he's damage boosted, so I'm like, oh, I need to take my time with the shot, but I literally don't have time to react. I have to shoot or disengage immediately.
Back in action.
You got this, buddy.
That's better. Very well.
30 seconds remaining.
Keep your guard up. My ultimate is
Looking for cage fight.
It's hand.
I need it. I see a hostile.
10 seconds remaining.
where the eye of the
What?
Overtime.
The grand finale. Protect the robot at all costs.
Stand together.
Okay.
Keep an eye out.
No. Come on, man. That's the biggest scam I've ever seen in my life. That's the biggest scam I have ever seen in my life. That's actually crazy. I got absolutely scammed. I should have stayed Widow for Infocytes, honestly. That might have actually been more useful than my presence, literally.
Scorch the sky!
She dies. I don't think we win this though. Right. Widow was fine. Widow is in many ways like, if the map is good for it, it's okay because it's like you always have something to shoot, you know? It's like I had stuff to do. That was close. Yeah. Thank you. Other one? Yell you for hacking before the virus? Huh? It doesn't matter. No. Hacking was correct there. Because I needed to hold the virus in case I get pressed. Coming back. It's still a fun game. And I'm telling you, man, like if the map has space, I've been having fun. Atlas was fun. That was fun. Antarctic was okay. It wasn't too bad. What's this house in the fiber?
Vote for your map.
I'm on tank. What should we pick? Nepal's gonna be rough. Nepal's gonna be rough. Gonna try support, not planning on it now. Let's just see. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I want to see if I can off tank here. If I can matrix.
Time to save the world? Game on! I prepped all night for this mission. Well, maybe I gained a little too.
Dang, my health is so small. This is not what 66 tank DV used to have. I was too hesitant there. I wasn't sure if I should booster in there or not. I probably should have done a short booster and not full committed.
I'm getting the objective. Initiating defense matrix.
On Discord me. Oh no.
Neutralizing projectile. Nothing gets past me. Launching satellite sector.
Run. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I ran out of mousepad space. Bear with me.
First round
I think he tried to shatter Sombra? I don't know.
complete.
Not really sure.
Score 1-0.
Yeah, I mean, he's just really patient. Really patient. I'm getting a lot of attention when I take space. I'm just trying to be really efficient with how I'm controlling. You notice I'm not really going out of my way to matrix my tank on purpose. It might happen, but it might not. You just kind of like do your thing and hope for the best. It's just really disciplined with D.Va. D.Va in 66 is super disciplined. Don't take damage. Matrix stuff. I'm missing a lot of the matrix stuff. Like I'm eating a lot of stuff I should be matrixing, but not a lot of damage. I have the least damage almost in the entire lobby, but
1 round. Capture the objective.
like right there, it's like, man, I should be getting hit by that first strike. I'm gonna match my balls aggression.
Forward barrier activated. Eagling neck.
No, I meant to body block. Not, I didn't mean to body block myself. That would have worked. Booty. Frick.
집중해야 돼.
chase them. Sombra got focused. No.
Now they're just feeding.
I think I ate a single one.
Triple kill.
Okay, well. Yeah, my team is really good. Team felt a little unbalanced there. My supports were really good. My cat was crazy. DPS Tracer was really good. Paul was good.
to my will.
Alright, I'll be right back. I gotta pee, but I'm gonna queue up again. Also felt like our comp was like way better for the map.
Choose your map. Welcome to Junkertown.
No honor is all I have.
It is time someone cleaned up this lawless wasteland.
Now we'll go Hanzo. Just mix it up.
Rather admirable, aren't you?
It's funny, I feel like my 6v6 diva is better than my 5v5 diva by a decent amount.
Or whatever.
I feel like strong fundamentals is more important in 6v6 for diva, and stronger mechanics in 5v5. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's like the impression I get.
Escort the payload.
You can't hide.
Getting spammed out too easily here.
You can't hide.
Like, I guess her supports just weren't right in the head there. Unfortunate. Frick me, man.
Thanks.
I cannot give up yet.
Not used to this much chaos? Yeah. Ooh!
Why have we stopped?
Yeah, Riss is dead. Ouch. She's alive, somehow. Frick! That angle is awkward for Hanzo if they're not there, because you have to push and then you're just by yourself. Alright.
There is still much I must do.
I might actually go left here considering where the card is.
Scanning. Get the payload moving.
Frick!
Thank you. I find them.
Helden sterben nicht.
Holy Moses. I'm trolling. Frick. I got caught with my pants down.
They broke one back.
Sigma's such a raid boss in this map versus what we're running.
To the quiver.
Do something.
Scanning.
It's freaking healing the Bob.
You can't hide.
Get the payload on its way.
I'll find them.
Just for some space so I can push this angle freely. Holy AoE. Worth? I'm not really sure.
A remarkable aid. Greetings.
Come closer if you want help.
Better. I'll find them.
Helping you out.
You can't hide.
Not forgetting the payload, are we?
I am restored.
Not really sure if that was worth the chat, I'm not gonna lie. I should have dragon, like had dragon now.
Your fate.
Retribution comes.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Scanning.
Payload mobilizing.
Do something.
No! Ah! Poop!
I will do better.
Alright, well this is gonna be the real question, isn't it? How the frick do we get out of here?
Group up. Nano boost is ready. Get in the payload.
No, I didn't. I thought I heard. My bad. My bad. One kill. We need one more kill for this to be worth. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Even with res, it's all right. Watch this. Nope. Don't watch this. Don't watch it. Close your eyes.
I am restored.
My ultimate is charging.
Helden nicht.
Somebody's underneath us. I can't push it. No! No! I suck! Frick. Ah! Maybe? She needs to live if this is gonna be worth it. She needs to live.
You can't hide. Bailing you out. Enemy sighted.
No! I suck. I feel like I've had enough space. I feel like it's just a skill issue. I feel like it's a skill issue. Frick, man.
60 seconds.
There is still much I must do. Now is not the time to rest. Scanning.
Gather together.
Okay.
You can't hide.
30 seconds.
Alright, watch me kill like 3. I didn't specify which team. Yeah, I mean it's hard to retake space on the points where it's hard to retake space. You know, that's the surprise here. So
Defeat.
also not my best hero. Okay, but that was worth pointing out that was like triple poke for us basically, or not double triple poke, but double poke we had a Vendetta, but like felt really bad for Orisa to be honest. But
Select a map.
all right, I wouldn't mind solo tanking a game to see how it feels. That might be kind of a nice change of pace. Man, I'm hot.
Welcome to Hollywood.
I don't want to go Ryan Zarya. Let's try Winston Zarya. Let's try how Winston feels. Yeah, quick play hack. Yeah, quick play hack is already out. How many times have we had double one tank on a team? Twice? I think Antarctica in that last game for my team.
Times like this.
And the other both times the other team had a double tank.
You do?
And then their Hazard got a tanking duo, I think on third round, I think.
As it appears to be.
So obviously it's just quick play hack and it's pretty early, but unsurprisingly it's been a lot of 2-2-2.
Barrier activated.
Is the bubble HP the same, Dubby?
Wherever they hide, we will dig them out.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture.
Over there.
Time for launch.
Solid.
I mean, I thought that I could hold the angle there in front of 2 supports. I probably could have just gone to Mega.
Wasn't built in a day.
It's actually pretty criminal that we lose this. Holy mackerel, my bad. My bad. That one was my bad. Just 1 second cooldown difference? Okay, good to know, thank you.
Challenging. But anything worthwhile uses use.
She gets her 1.
Results.
Could be worse, honestly. Careful, careful, careful. Trying to help my Zarya out, but I really don't want to hold here. No, she split.
Group up.
Whoa.
Re-engaging. I'm playing
Man. Where did my bubble go? Why did my bubble go behind me? Did anyone see that? Am I crazy? Was that just a bad? Was that? Am I crazy? I might just be crazy. Surely. I've never seen that. What the frick was that? Yeah, but I know I played Winston. I know that bubble works. Alright. Frick, man. Frick. No projected. I swear. Frick.
is ready.
My ultimate is charged.
We gotta move the payload. Orbital ring is ready to fight.
Now that's more like it.
Pull back. Forward. Group out here. Move the payload. Over there.
There's an enemy here.
Actually, kind of crazy. Oh no. That they get away with that. Oh, I can't stay alive! I wasn't even looking at this! I can't stay alive! Why?
The moon base wasn't built in a day.
Ah! Misery!
60 seconds remaining.
Oh. Am I? It's like. I just have to go on blind here. This is kind of sucky. I'm freaking dead. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's just misery to retake space. It's so bad. You get every advantage in the world and you make one mistake and everybody instantly explodes. Oh.
Play of the game.
Alright, we'll do one more, then I gotta go. Frick, man. Frick. Thank you, Hazard, for making me feel better. Sucks, man.
Vote for your map.
Need your opinion? You're not getting your opinion. You gotta think for yourself. When you're punished for your mistakes, frick off, Enrique.
Welcome to Circuit Royale.
It's more the map plays it. That's the thing so far. The map plays itself. That's what I'm not liking so far. I mean, no surprises. I knew that's what's gonna happen, but like, the map freaking plays itself too often. You have to prime a little different usually. Did you see what I primaled there, Tristan? I literally primaled for a jump reset in a Zarya, stood behind a corner, and died anyway. You know?
Together then strikes him down. Right out is the name. Glory is the gate.
Ryan Winston. All right, well, let's try it.
No one's a natural. We all have to put in the work.
Here we go again.
Dude, but the two of them are dead, Tristan. I don't give a frick. I don't give a frick. Feels wrong. Feels wrong to have a that much HP. Feels wrong. All right. Ryan in 66 is bold.
Stand behind me, friend.
Oh, careful, Winston. Careful, Winston. That Winston might be dead. I was trying to follow up with my Winston, you know what I'm saying? So there was no way of getting out there. The best I could hope is that maybe my team clutches up elsewhere. I think I should go for the same rotation, I think. Yeah, I think I'll go for the same rotation. It's definitely the play. Yeah. Hey, what is my Juno doing? Oh, jeez.
It's go time.
Alright, we're good. We're good. Now they waste that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, cash. Might be a little bit too greedy. Not really sure what my thing is. Yeah, it's too greedy. Oh, maybe. I'm trolling, I'm crossing lanes, My bad. I'm not doing a hottie impression. I'm not. It's not happening. What's felt good for you so far in this mode? Off tank. Support tank. That's what's felt good. Wop, 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 wop. It's fun. It's interesting. Ah, that was only 2. I think that could have been like 3, you know what I'm saying? Right. Oh! Ah! Oh my gosh. Maybe that. Oh my god.
Maybe I taught her
No, don't fall back. You got. Maybe not. Holy mackerel, it's miserable. Frick, man. Yeah, I guess we're hurting. Oh, okay. Diva, 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 diva.
Efficient design at work. Over here. Not ready to overclock just yet.
Careful, 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 careful. Come on, come on, come on, hit me, hit me. I mean, yeah, yeah. Wow. Yeah. I mean, we had Zen, which is OP. Zen Juno OP. Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun and really not fun, and it just it does feel like Overwatch. I'll give it that much, you know. There's just the situations where I hate where the map plays itself, man. I really hate that. But okay, that was fun. I love this at the AI stream summary. Spylo's wrapping up a Winston Zarya on Hollywood, fuming over a bubble that fired backwards. One more game to go and the map plays itself. Frustration is peaking. I'm gonna wait, that's actually comedy gold. We gotta save that. Oh my days. Alright, I gotta roll, y'all. Play it. It's definitely fun. It's fun.